My moontime always seems to remind me that this period is about reconciling with my body, specifically with my womb and my sacral. The last 3, I would say, cycles that I've been through have been extremely significant. I found myself having most of my periods with the full moon, known to be a cycle that is calling you to focus on career and things outside of the home, having to do with outer relationships. This time, I got my period along the new moon cycle, and when you ovulate with the full moon but get your period with the new moon, this is a time to focus on fertility, receiving sometimes for childbearing, a time to be focused on family and home. And I found, especially with the last Cancer moon, that I was heavily focused on the future, the potential of what I could create. Yes, of course, within family, but also within my life, what I could give birth to. That gave me a lot of time to do some deep healing work. I'm really starting to understand my cycles better, understand my yoni better as a woman, and how that connects me to Gaia, how that connects me to living in the present, to the water element, and how that connects me to my flow. If you have resentments, trauma stuck in your womb space, it's really hard to be in that flow state. It's really hard to be connected to yourself, to the earth, and to your natural rhythms.
Instead of double cheeked up on a Thursday, double cheesed up.
I'm nearing on the 5-year mark of not being on Explanon anymore. That has been really significant for me. I was having a really hard time controlling my emotions. My body was being tricked by synthetic hormones. I had read that spiritually, if I wanted to connect back, that I would have to spend the same amount of years doing healing work. For me, in hindsight, it's delegating the karma with putting aside having a reproductive cycle that's healthy. I wasn't having a period for 5 years. Now, I'm having a healthy cycle. The first period that I had after was really, really painful, and I remember being so shocked by the pain, like it had come back with a vengeance. And I've been really cautious with how I see my cycles. Taking charge of my fertility is extremely important, and speaking out on this issue, I would absolutely love to go even deeper into that. I'm really happy with the results. waking up with little to no symptoms. Some achiness in my breast for me is a sign of maturing emotionally. I had a lot of emotional purging to do, and breasts are symbolic of the way we nurture life, but also how we nurture ourselves. Really tried to be gentle as I knew I was approaching my period. And for me, nurturing myself doesn't just mean, doing the feminine grooming. Deep cleaned my apartment. I would be down to collab on a video of us organizing our apartment.
Bro, let's do it.
Make my home warm and safe feeling to then relax when my period did come. So I was coming out of a period of stagnation, still in my luteal phase, and was approaching my menstrual phase. If you didn't know, your period moves similar to the seasons of the earth. That's why Gaia is always referred to as a woman. Earth is a woman. I think everyone is different. I think your seasons may differ from person to person, but your menstrual phase is seen as your winter phase, your low energy moment, and it's a period to really look inward and eat foods that are warm and easily digestible.
I said, I'm gonna make some potatoes, and then I cut the green beans. We don't need no tomatoes.
That are nutrient dense, give you healthy fats, lots of vegetables, minerals, things that make you feel focused and grounded, safe and warm. The follicular phase is your springtime, 8 to 13 days long. You're gaining more energy during this period, and your mind starts to work, and you feel like you can problem solve during this phase. After that is your ovulatory phase, which is 14 to 21 days. This is your summer. You feel more confident, more sexy. Your sex drive peaks. The last phase before we enter back into the menstrual phase is your luteal phase, and that is 22 to 28 days. This is your fall.
Her name is Honey Sweet.
During my fall season, I love to prepare as much as I can, watch the calendar during my fall phase leading up to today, which is the first day of my menstrual phase. That yesterday I was extremely intuitive, living really in flow, in touch with my higher guidance, if you believe in such things. And that made me feel really beautiful, such a pure, I'm getting emotional as I'm talking about it, but just a pure day where I got to channel a lot of the feelings I was having and work through a lot of emotions. That was really freeing. And then I was able to have so many significant conversations with my sister Sharona. She spoke to me about her fears and concerns, and I shared mine. We cried, and when you get to purge those feelings from your womb space, you can really move forward. Living a slower life is helpful to reconnecting with that sense of womanhood, cleansing yourself of the limitations you take on, whether it is through childhood or just simply society and the way the world is set up, and building that strength within yourself to create despite it all, as nature does. As I move out of my menstrual phase and try to eat my best and allow myself to rest, move my body, connect with nature, taking accountability for our emotional well-being or our spiritual well-being and how that affects what we experience. And that always feels refreshing to kind of get back to myself. And sometimes it does take longer, and sometimes it isn't a very long time. Beautiful, beautiful, divine feminine energy. If you're feeling more beautiful, you're probably radiating that to the world. Beautiful part of the human experience is admiring your natural femininity, making sure that I'm maintaining my spiritual baths, cleansing my energy. My perfect day would be meditation and stretch. Sometimes that doesn't leave my bed. Sometimes that happens in bed, and that's okay. I allow myself that. I read if I am not able to make it to a meditation or to stretch. Drink lots and lots of water, of course. A healthy and filling breakfast. Trying to do something that is feminine in nature, that allows my mind and my intuition to play. Because it is peaking during this time and I am more sensitive.
Good vibes.
Sometimes it looks like me on the couch suffering from menstrual cramps while Sharon comforts me with nice conversation on the couch. Lunch, dinner, and conversation. Be in spaces where I can be isolated and still get out of the house. So the library is a great place where I can still be in a reflection mode, but still be in my own little world, my own little bubble. Then of course, before bed, journaling or a bath. So a little bit of self-care. It's really important that I not allow the voices of judgment in, and reflecting on how I can transmute that energy. Preserve as much energy throughout your phases and really see yourself as delicate, even though the world may paint that as vulnerable or weakness. Important not to burn out. Building discernment, strengthening your magnetic field, strengthening who you are as a person, as a woman, understanding your sensitivities so that you can release conditions, blocks that limit your sovereignty. You're a woman who uses her sacral energy to manifest, to be creative, to dance, to heal shame, to heal others. That we see this nurturing force within ourselves as something to protect and not a weakness. Even if you don't plan to have children, you're still constantly giving birth to really powerful and beautiful things within your life. Really trust your inner wisdom, trust your inner cycles, trust your desires, so that those are in alignment with your future and not your past. One beautiful menstrual affirmation I want to leave you with is, I practice menstrual cycle awareness and I listen to what my body is telling me. Also, I thought this one was a good one to share, is I will practice speaking about my menstruation confidently and without shame. So the more we share our experiences, the more we enlighten others, and the more we understand ourselves. And I really think that that is the point. So with that, I hope you have happy bleeding, a happy moon cycle, moon time, and that you are living in flow and releasing any resentment that blocks you from your greatness. Stay true, my true lovers and friends. I love you very, very much. Thank you for spending this time with me. Goodbye.